Welcome back. So Nigerian President Bola Tinubu has called for the speedy implementation of agreements adopted by the 11th Binational Commission with South Africa today. The two countries, who are marking 30 years of former diplomatic relations, are looking to deepen ties, cooperation, trade and investment. Ziyanda Ngcobo has more from Tuynhuys in Cape Town.
A significant affirmation of mutual cooperation between South Africa and Nigeria. The Binational Commission held on Tuesday also reflected on the history of the two nations, which dates back to when the West African country played a pivotal role in the ending of apartheid.
The heads of state and government acknowledged the more than 34 agreements covering various sectors which have been signed since the establishment of the diplomatic relations between the two countries in 1994. The two leaders underscored the need to urgently finalize the MOU on the early warning mechanisms. To this end, it was agreed that the MOU will be signed not later than March 2025. During the visit of the South Africa's Minister of International Relations and Cooperation in Nigeria for political consultations, the two leaders also welcomed the ongoing negotiations to conclude other new agreements.
Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu says the emphasis should now be on the implementation of what has been agreed upon. Tinubu emphasized leveraging the youth as a part of deepening relations between the two countries.
For one, I look forward to the implementation. It's one thing to have a paper, it's another thing to implement successfully and get the results desired. We hold our continent in high esteem, and we owe the success of this to humanity as a whole.
President Cyril Ramaphosa has called for the improvement of the conditions for doing business in both nations. He says part of the discussions identified the enhancement of people-to-people relations as a catalyst for investment, trade, tourism, and the celebration of diverse heritages.
We must fully explore the respective strengths and capabilities between the two countries. We seek to expand cooperation in oil and gas, aviation, telecommunications, and ICT sector, digital economy, manufacturing, and financial services, retail and hospitality, amongst others. We must explore project financing for the development of our ports, of our roads and rail networks, as well as our logistic hubs.
With South Africa now having assumed the G20 presidency, the garnering of support from the rest of the continent is necessary if we're to pull off what Ramaphosa has promised to be the most impressive heads of state summit at the end of next year. And with Tinubu, who's the chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, the backing of Nigeria is pivotal. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ziyanda Ngcobo in Tuynhuys, Cape Town.